NASA discovered signals from extraterrestrial life. This video will give you a detailed look at the NASA's discovery of signals from extraterrestrial life. So keep watching until the end, and take a moment to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to stay tuned before moving further. Aliens have always been a trending discussion for mankind at all times. People have always been attracted to the idea of discovering another species in the universe that has remained unknown to us. Who does recall how often humans have linked UFOs to aliens, and how hard have humans tried to come up with theories to prove alien existence? However, the funny part is that we've always considered aliens as weirdly structured and shaped creatures with horned heads and big eyes. However, in reality, if there really are aliens, or let's put it in a simpler way, an unknown species, it might be totally different than what we are expecting. Or they might be some wild animals, or maybe something we cannot even imagine of. But whatever they are, one thing is certain, and that is, we are not alone in the universe. There are other beings too. Over the years, scientists have launched many satellites and telescopes which have also received some unusual signals from outer space indicating some unknown motion or occurrences far away from us. With humans only reaching as far as Mars physically by now, the likeliness of going out in interstellar space and exploring different celestial objects and hunt for life remains unlikely. But just imagine if there is someone else in the universe, maybe one day they'll land on our planet and hunt for life, and they discover us. Wouldn't that be incredible? Well, this seems to be just a possibility in a movie. The chances of this happening are and will always remain slim, but there can be no doubt that we are not alone. Given how big space is that we haven't even explored a fraction of a percentage of it, there will be regions of space which will be habitable, and for now, we are aiming at the moons of Jupiter to be habitable zones. So, who knows if the Milky Way is home to other beings or not? Recently, scientists have been puzzled by a signal they had received from space. You should know that radio emissions are extremely a common thing in the universe. Any object, such as our own spacecrafts, even emit radio waves, and hence, they are emitted from countless number of sources. Hence, it is nothing unusual if radio waves are received from space. Because it could be anything normal coming from a star, planet, or a celestial body. However, this particular one was extremely unique, and it interested scientists greatly, which is why it has spurred great speculation as to it might be something from other intelligent beings trying to communicate with us. And that's because this signal was nothing like something ever received before. This unusual signal was also received by the ASCAP telescope. The ASCAP telescope is a radio telescope and is a set of 36 antennas that operate and act as a single instrument located in Australia. This is a system of complex set of radio telescopes which are equipped with amazing reception technologies. Now the question is that if radio signals are so common and that they can be emitted from a wide range of sources, what was so different about this recently received signal that it has baffled the scientists? According to the scientists, this signal has a very high polarization, which indicates that light oscillates in one direction which rotates with time. When scientists compared this data collected for this unusual signal and to previously received signals, they knew it was something totally different and probably hasn't come from where usually radio signals come. They speculated as maybe it might be an effort by another intelligent species in the universe to communicate with us. Additionally, the scientists also revealed that the brightness of the object changes by a factor of 100, and that the signal turns on and off at random with no fixed pattern, suggesting that it might not be something so natural. The reason the scientists were so shocked to study this data was because they had never before received signals with such data, and this could certainly mean that something different was happening. When scientists initially received the signal, they suspected it to be from a star or a pulsar. However, to their dismay, upon their investigation it was from neither of the two suspected sources. That's because the signals emitted by this source didn't quite match those emitted by celestial objects, which means that further investigations were required. For a fact, astronomers received these signals 6 times in a period of 9 months in 2020. And if we put things into perspective and consider that these were attempts of communications by the aliens, we can say that they tried 6 times. But to our dismay, we have no strong evidence of where these signals are coming from, and hence to conclude whether or not they are coming from aliens, then another shocking thing had occurred. When the source of this signal was identified, further research and investigations about the signal were prompted. However, when the astronomers used optical telescopes to locate and find the source of the signal, they found nothing, which adds another mystery to the mystery. Even the Parkes telescope failed in locating the source. Located in Australia, Parkes telescope is one of the largest telescopes in the world, with a diameter of 64 meters, making it an incredible scientific instrument for the astronomers to use. Given how big it is, its capabilities are just overwhelming, but still, it was unable to produce any results in finding the source of the signal. This Parkes telescope was installed in 1961 and since then has been operating and has undergone many upgrades, which is why the telescope is 10,000 times more sensitive to receiving data than it was at the time of its installation. When the Parkes telescope didn't help the astronomers, they turned towards a more powerful system to investigate the matter, and the system is the Meerkat telescope located in South Africa. This system is a collection of 64 interconnected receptors functioning as an instrument. Since the Meerkat is a more powerful telescope than Parkes, it did identify the source, however, with a new set of complications. The astronomers discovered after looking at the results produced by the Meerkat telescope that the source seemed inconsistent, and that it vanished in a single day, contradicting to what the observations made with the ACE cap said. Now this was further complicating the entire enigma, and astronomers had no other option but to deeply select a few sources which they strongly believed might produce such signals. Hence, to start, scientists thought that these signals might be coming from a star. However, sooner they realized that they only detect X-rays from stars, and hence had to move on to the next source of the line. The next source that astronomers suspected was a pulsar. A pulsar is a small star highly dense. Pulsars are from the neutron star family, and they form when massive stars, even more massive than our Sun, run out of fuel and collapse. However, due to the absence of pulsed energy from the source, a pulsar was ruled out as a possible source, because they thought it might not be a normal pulsar, but that with scattered energy. Another source of this signal could have been a magnetar. A magnetar is a neutron star with an immensely strong magnetic field that has its influence on many celestial occurrences. A magnetar's magnetism is so strong that if anyone gets within 600 miles of it, that person would simply die. However, since magnetars have a flat spectrum, which suggests that the intensity of the emission doesn't fluctuate much. However, the results of the received signals contradict with this, as the signal was observed to be highly fluctuating. Now, it might be a unique magnetar or not at all, but under normal conditions and observations, it is certainly not a magnetar. Another possibility might be a gamma-ray burst, which are extremely high energy-releasing explosions. Gamma-ray bursts occur at the birth of a black hole, and the amount of energy they release in a matter of seconds is equivalent to the energy released by a star over the course of its entire life. Gamma-ray bursts can be short and long-lived. But hold on, that's not the source of the signal. The nature of polarization of signals emitted by these bursts is nothing like that of this mysterious signal, hence gamma-ray bursts are ruled out too. Many other sources have been deeply investigated which contended to be the source of this unusual signal. However, every single one of them was ruled out due to differences from the data collected for them and the signal, and hence this mystery continues as to what the source is. However, sooner we'll have a more sophisticated set of radio telescopes operational within the next decade, which will be strong enough to investigate this mystery and surely unravel the mystery lying behind this signal. And that brings this video to an end. Share your thoughts as to what the signal might be and where did it come from in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to stay tuned. We'll see you with another video. Until then.